Lenses have been covered in previous videos, however this is a quick recap of what each lens does. The airport lens shows all airports in the world inside of FSCharter. If you zoom out, you will see that the number of airports reduces. This is because of the sheer number of them. However, pressing search this area will show more. You can zoom, pan, and press search. You can also search inside of the dock and use filters to find airports that you're interested in. The base operations lens shows all airports where you have operations currently. Operations are classed as buildings and agreements. It will also show you any locations where partners have operations, and it will also show any airports where there are public facilities that can be used. Again, you can use the search and the filters. The aircraft lens shows all aircraft that you have in your fleet. Note that it may need you to zoom out or pan to show the total number of aircraft correctly. Pressing search this area shows all aircraft, and this is how you can access the aircraft to perform maintenance, check the details, check the aircraft layout, and also sell and create ferry jobs. You will also find information shown here saying whether the aircraft is stored in a stand, a hangar, or if it's left open with accelerated maintenance. The ICAO code of where the airport currently is always shown along with the current seating configuration, and you can hover over the actual number to see the seating configuration of the aircraft. The demand lens is used to search for demand from or to or between any airports in the FSCharter world. The route lens is where you can see your routes as well as partnership routes. This is also where you create new routes or edit or delete them. The dispatch lens is where you can see all of the charter jobs that you have created. By default it is set to active, however you can turn this off to see the historical jobs that you have performed, including ferry jobs. Perspectives in FSCharter are a powerful tool that allow you to quickly view information that you want to view often. All perspectives are shown in this drop-down box at the top of your operations cockpit. By default, FSCharter gives you base operations, charter operations, fleet management, and demand, with base operations being the default. Base operations gives you base operations lens, aircraft lens, and route lens. Charter operations gives you the aircraft lens, the route lens, and the dispatch plan lens. Fleet management shows you the aircraft lens and the route lens, and the demand perspective shows you the demand lens and the route lens. To create a new perspective, choose the lenses that you wish to show. In this example, I'm going to use the base operations lens and the aircraft lens. To enable these, I can either press here for base operations and here for aircraft, or I can press the number 2 or the number 3. To enable more than one lens at one time, I have to make sure that I hold down Control or Command. First I enable the base operations lens, then I hold Control and enable the aircraft lens. For this perspective, I want the base operations lens to always be what's shown in the dock first. So I navigate to the dock, press base operations. Now in the perspectives menu, I can choose new, give it a name, and press create. If I wanted it to be the default view, I would also tick this. Now that my new perspective is created, I can go to base operations and then toggle on test, and it now has exactly the same lenses in the order that I set them up. Another use for perspectives is to show you the dock with filters already applied. In this case I have the route lens toggled and the filter owned is applied. I can also apply the filter meets minimums, and now I can save this as a new perspective. Enabling this perspective only shows me routes in the dock where the minimums are met and it's one of my routes. You can add any filter you want to a lens before you save it as a perspective. However, if you change the filter after you've saved the perspective, the changes are not saved. You would have to create a new one. To delete a created perspective, go to the perspective in the row, click here, and delete. You can also set default. Note that you cannot delete the default perspective. So if you wish to delete your default perspective, change one of the existing perspectives to default, and then you can delete the other one. Perspectives are a powerful tool that you can use to display the information you need access to quickly. This perspective shows all demand that is internally collaborative, i.e. it has already taken one leg on the network, and it wants to go somewhere else on the partnership network throughout the world. I can use this lens to see which routes would be most ideal to fly due to the number of passengers that are waiting. In this case, 104 passengers at LFBO, so if I fly this route, I would be able to clear out passengers that are collaborative demand, meaning that every company in the partnership would be paid.